There's following in your father's footsteps, and then there's this. Here are the 5 father and son duos that won an NBA championship. Gary Payton and Gary Payton II. Thanks to Golden State grabbing the win in the 2022 NBA Finals, both the glove and the mitten now have championship rings. This father and son duo actually boasts the shortest time between title wins of any NBA dad and their offspring. Gary Sr. won his championship just 16 years ago. Now, Payton had a legendary career, and while he's most fondly remembered as the Seattle Supersonic, he never won a championship in Rain City. The glove did take his Sonics to the finals, though, but it actually took Payton 16 years in the league to reach the very top. And that moment came when he was a member of the Miami Heat in 2006. Gary Payton II was just 14 when he watched his old man lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. Dear old dad certainly took his time getting a title, and that's a fact Gary II isn't going to dismiss anytime soon. I think I got mine sooner than he got his. I can get my stuff off against him now, so it's good. Gary Payton II. Given that Payton Sr. has 9 All-Star selections, 9 All-Defensive First Team selections, and a Defensive Player of the Year award in his locker, young Glove still has some serious catching up to do. We know that Gary Payton II will give his all in chasing his father's legacy. And we also know the Glove will continue to delight in watching his son achieve greatness. Michael Thompson and Klay Thompson. Captain Klay just added another ring to his collection, but he passed his dad's tally years ago. Michael Thompson is most definitely what you would call a successful baller. The Bahamas native won 2 titles as a member of the Showtime Lakers. So with Michael's ties to the purple and gold, he had even more reason to root for his son against the Boston Celtics in the 2022 Finals. Michael winning 2 rings is impressive, and it would have made him a hero to his kids as they were growing up. But thanks to Klay winning his 4th championship recently, the Splash Brother has left his dad in the dust. Father and son duos in basketball are undoubtedly special, and only 5 of them have ever won championships. Plenty of players managed to win the big one where their fathers had failed. Just look at Steph Curry. Like Klay, the Golden Boy now has 4 rings, while his dad Dell never won a single one. And then there's Joe Jellybean Bryant, who also never won a championship. But he did have a son you might have heard of. Kobe Bryant hopped out of his father's shadow with ease. The Mamba became one of the true icons of the sport and won 5 championships to his dad's 0. Bill Walton and Luke Walton. The big redhead won 2 championships during his playing career. The first in 1967 with the Portland Trail Blazers, and then again in '86 as a member of the Larry Bird-led Boston Celtics. Bill's son Luke may not have been the showstopper that his MVP-winning father was, but he did manage to match him on championships. Luke Walton won 2 while playing for the Lakers in the late 2010s. And then, to get one up on Dad, he won another as an assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors in 2015. Rick Barry and Brent Barry. The masters of the granny shot and one of history's most prolific bucket getters, Rick Barry added an NBA title to his awesome collection of accolades in 1975. 30 years later, the Golden State legend watched his son Brent win a championship with the San Antonio Spurs. Rick didn't hit the jackpot with all his kids, though. Drew and John both made it to the big league of basketball, but they were never able to win a trophy like their old man. Rick and Brent were just the second father-son duo to win an NBA championship. The first were Matt Guokas and Matt Guokas Jr. These 2 accomplished the feat way before anyone else. Matt Sr. won his ring in 1947, and his son did the same 20 years later. Whatever happens, these 2 will forever be the original father and son champs. For all these NBA stars, winning the grandest prize in the sport wasn't just their destiny, it was in their DNA.